Hello everyone, my name is Kurt Donath, the creator of Lucky Streak and the Crime Fighters. For those of you who have already subscribed to this channel, I have a superhero web series that starts June 18th here on this channel and coincides with our world premiere that takes place on the same day at Florida's SuperCon, South Florida's comic book convention in Miami. For those of you that plan on coming to SuperCon June 18th through the 20th, our film will be screening all 3 days. We look forward to seeing you. So, while we wait for the premiere of Lucky Streak and the Crime Fighters, I thought I would pop on this channel from time to time and talk about all things comic book, which is what has inspired me to do Lucky Streak in the first place. My first review I felt should be Kick-Ass because the character is so much like Lucky Streak in the sense that he has entered a world where he is clearly over his head, but he has so much heart he presses on even to the avail that he gets his ass more often kicked than kicking other asses. On Ironspider Hulk 04's channel, his review of Kick-Ass came out a week ahead of ours because the British got to see it early. His review is so tight that I'm just going to link this to his. Ironspider was so dead on about the adaptation, the action portrayed in the film, the actors chosen for the roles, and I also agree with his breakdown of the costumes. So what I'll review more is the story behind the film. Mathew Vaughn was a producer from England who brought back the gangster films in a very big way, and in a very surprising way, like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and went on to direct Layer Cake, which starred Daniel Craig. And it featured Craig in such a way that producers of the James Bond series hired him. Vaughn was asked to direct X-Men 3, and when he read the script, he went to the studio and asked them for changes. They refused, and when he left the project, only for Brett Ratner to helm it, and it made big money in the box office, I really do think that this was the motivation for Vaughn to make Kick-Ass. You know, he had to prove to the studios and ultimately himself that he could do it. When Mark Millar was writing the comic book series, Vaughn saw an advanced copy and immediately started writing his own version of the script. It should be noted that this is a true blue independent feature. Even though its budget is in the millions of dollars, it has no studio backing. Every studio turned this project down. Vaughn went out and got the funding himself. My box office prediction, granted, who am I, but if I was to put a box office prediction on this, I would say it would easily make about 55 to 65 million in its first weekend. I think that's how good it is. I think that the people on Friday are going to see it and love it, and they're going to tell their friends, and it's going to keep the momentum up for this weekend. I'll talk a little about the film here, and I'll just say that I love the character geography, meaning that the way the characters are explained to be in certain locations. It's very clever for Kick-Ass to live in a home that looks a lot like a house in Forest Lawn where Peter Parker lives. I love how the Atomic Cafe comic book shop Dave will always be seated in, with the Kick-Ass costume behind him blocking the light from his face. So you always get that feeling that he's constantly living in the Kick-Ass shadow. And oh, I love Nicolas Cage. I fell in love with Nicolas Cage when he did Vampire's Kiss, and I just thought that, and here's a guy that just, he plays quirky to the T. For those of you that saw him in Raising Arizona, see that this is a role that just suits him like a glove, playing Big Daddy. And he plays it like Adam West, and I think that's just a master stroke. The girl who plays Hit Girl is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I agree with Mathew Vaughn that she is going to be the Jodie Foster child of this generation. Just top-notch. All the acting is top-notch. So that's my review. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back next week with more reviews. Thanks.